Commuter e-bikes are definitely getting smarter every day, and today we've got the Velotric T1, also known as the Thunder One, right here. If you remember our initial review from a year or two back, this bike made a serious impression with its stealthy look and those integrated smart features. But now that we've used this as our daily driver for the long haul, you're probably wondering how it actually holds up in 2026. Well, hold tight, because we're diving back in to see if the smartest e-bike title still sticks after all those miles. At first glance, the T1 still looks as sharp as the day we unboxed it. We've always liked this design language. It's clean, sleek, and has zero visible wires, which still fools people into thinking it's just a standard analog bike. Our frozen blue unit has held up surprisingly well against the elements. The 6061 aluminum frame is as sturdy as ever, and we haven't dealt with any of those annoying rattles or frame creaks that usually start popping up on budget bikes after a year of city riding. One of the standout features back then was the fingerprint scanner, and honestly, it's still the coolest way to start a bike. It gives the rig that futuristic vibe, and even after hundreds of uses, the sensor is still responsive. We've noticed a few more Plus models hitting the market recently with built-in displays, but for the T1, the clean top tube still feels more intentional and high-end. It's still one of the best money-to-weight ratios out there, coming in at just 36 pounds, which is a blessing when you have to carry it up to a second-floor apartment every day. Since this is a smart e-bike, the app is really the heart of the experience. Over the last couple of years, Velotric has actually pushed some decent firmware updates. The GPS tracking is still accurate, and the anti-theft alerts have given us a lot of peace of mind when grabbing a coffee. If someone even nudges the bike while it's locked, your phone lets you know instantly. It's that kind of security that makes you feel a bit more comfortable leaving it locked up outside. We've also noticed the fingerprint setup is more stable now than it was in our first-hand experience. Back then, we thought it could be a bit faster, and while it's not iPhone fast yet, the software feels more polished. The light-sensing headlight feature is another one we've grown to rely on. It's just one less thing to worry about when your commute runs into the evening. However, we did have one instance where the app took a minute to sync after a major update, but a quick restart fixed it. It's worth noting that for 2026, the T1 now supports Apple Find My as well, which is a huge bonus for iPhone users. Now, let's talk about the motor. The in-house 350-watt VeloPower E35 Plus system is still whisper quiet. Even after a year or two of hard pedaling, it's well synchronized and hasn't developed any of that whirring noise you get with cheaper hub motors. We're still seeing top speeds of around 25 miles per hour in turbo mode on paved roads, which is plenty for keeping up with urban traffic. The torque sensor is really the unsung hero here. It feels natural, like you just have super legs, rather than being pushed by a machine. The 700C rims and puncture-resistant tires have also been solid. We've put this bike through some nasty city debris, and the tires have held their own without a single flat. However, the lack of suspension is still something you're going to notice. After a year of riding, our opinion hasn't changed. You will feel every single speed bump and pothole. If your city has terrible roads, you might want to look at a suspension seat post to save your back. And yeah, we still wish it had a built-in taillight. Relying on a separate battery-powered one feels a bit analog for a bike this smart. The big question with any long-term e-bike review is the battery. Velotric claimed up to 70 miles on a charge, and in our early tests, we managed about 67 on flat roads. Fast forward to now, and we've seen a slight natural dip in capacity, which is expected for any lithium-ion battery. We're currently averaging closer to 55 to 60 miles on a full charge. It's still more than enough for a full week of commuting, but it's something to keep in mind if you have a massive round trip every day. Charging is still straightforward, and the battery hasn't shown any signs of overheating or slow charging issues. We've been careful to keep it stored indoors during the winter and avoid letting it sit at 0% for too long, which definitely helps with the longevity. One thing we love is that the battery is UL2271 certified, so we don't have to worry about safety issues while it's charging in the house. Living with the bike day to day, the small details really matter. The rubber-round grips are still comfortable to hold, even when our hands are all sweaty during a summer ride. The seat is also held up well. It's comfortable enough for a 45-minute commute without needing to upgrade to something softer. The Tektro hydraulic brake levers are still effortless to engage and provide consistent stopping power, which is essential for city riding. We also found the included phone mount to be surprisingly durable. Usually, those freebies are the first thing to break, but this one is still holding our devices securely. The bell is simple but effective, and the pedal assist controller is easy to reach without taking your eyes off the road. These little things actually make a difference to our overall riding experience when you're dealing with traffic and busy streets every day. So, if we put everything together, is the Velotric T1 still worth it in 2026? In our opinion, absolutely. If you're someone who needs a simple, lightweight, and smart electric bike for a busy urban life, this is still one of the most refined options out there. It's not a powerhouse throttle bike, and it's not a mountain climber, but as a stealthy city commuter, it's hard to beat. The ride is silent, the design is timeless, and the security features are actually useful. While we'd still love to see a taillight and maybe a bit more vibration dampening in a future version, the overall experience with the T1 has been noteworthy. It's a reliable partner for the daily grind that hasn't lost its smart edge. So, that's the long-term update on the Velotric T1. It's still one of our favorite picks for a stealth e-bike that doesn't scream for attention, but packs the tech where it counts. We'll put the links to the latest version and the accessories we use down in the description. If you've been riding a T1 for a while, let us know in the comments how your battery is holding up, or if you found a taillight solution that actually looks good. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more long-term gear updates. Other than that, we hope you all have a simple day. Peace.